A very famous speaker, Ram Dass, passed away. He said this. He said, we're born into somebody training from day one of our life. Everyone's telling us who we have to be. And they put you in the suit and you're just sitting in there in the suit. You grow up, it starts not fitting. You don't like how it looks, how it feels, but everybody's praising you for it. They're giving you awards. They're giving you love. They're giving you money. They're giving you respect. So you go, okay, it's okay. If it doesn't fit, it's not making me it's not making me truly at peace. At least I'm happy. And you could be happy without peace. True or false? So I did this, and for 3 years in a row, I made nothing less than a few $1,000,000 a year. This was early in my 20s. And somehow, no matter how much more I made, how much more clients I closed, how much more people I made rich, how much bigger houses I got, how many more cars I had, how much more recognition, more awards, somehow at the end of each of those years, I had a mental breakdown questioning if I should be doing this. How odd. So by the third year, I caught on. See, the first year I thought, it's because the first year is hard. First million is always the hardest. We see this stuff. So I told myself, even though in my heart I knew something's wrong, I told myself, no, that's just the devil. He's trying to play with me. He's going to take it away from me. No, I'm going to persevere. So the second year I went on, I made even more money. And then I changed my body. I fixed every corner of the life, you know. Tony Robbins has this wheel. There's like 8 sections. Every section I was attacking. I fixed my relationship with my family, fixed my body. I fixed this, fixed that. At the end of this, I was more stressed than I ever was even the year before. I didn't understand. I was genuinely, I just didn't understand. I wanted to understand. I was on search for something. I didn't even know what I was looking for, but I knew I hadn't found it. See, it's very interesting. Something in us all knows. Our mind can comprehend. It knows. You don't have it yet, but there's something. Isn't that weird? Ever just meditate on that? Like, how do I know I'm missing something if I don't even know what it is? By the third year, I had the biggest villa I had. Swimming pool, 2 jacuzzis. I had a housemate. Spending a boatload of money. Living in a tropical destination. Now I'm sitting here. I'm even more miserable. At this point, I caught on. I said, this is a joke. This has to be a joke. I mean, I signed up to be an example, to be inspiration. I should be finding peace in this, right? Now, by the end of that year, I realized there's something off here, seriously wrong. Now, at this point, I was tired of lying to myself. So one day I tried to get up to go to work and everything in my body screamed, stop. And I couldn't. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what to do with that. Everything said stop. And I replied, stop what? And that inside of me told me, stop everything. Stop working. Stop chasing. Stop wanting. Stop even being who you are. Stop being yourself. Stop thinking. Stop doing. Stop it all. And I said, but I have a team meeting and I have this and I have this. Stop, 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 stop. So I took an early holiday. This is 2 years ago now. I took an early holiday. I sat down. I didn't know what to do. So I did. The only thing I think I knew what to do is I tried to meditate. I said, maybe I'll bring some peace. See, in my stomach was this churning, this pit. No matter how much outside looked beautiful, you could be staring into the most serene environment. The most beautiful looking paradise. Inside could feel like hell. This is when I realized outside is not responsible for inside. So I sat down. I didn't know what to do. I sat in silence. I tried to close my eyes and meditate, and all I heard was and then I would fall asleep, and I take a nap on my floor. I get up again. I'm like, all right, let me try to sleep. I still had no easiness in me, no peace. And my body was agitated. My mind was agitated. Everything was agitated. I was scared. I felt terrible. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to go to. I didn't even know what the problem was. So moments like this, they force us into surrender. So this went on for days. I think I was sitting in that room and I would only get out of the room to eat. I think I was alternating between meditations and sleeping and listening to spiritual teachers, and meditations and sleeping and listening to spiritual teachers, for just a week straight. One of the sessions, I sat down and I thought to myself, I'm going to sit here until I find peace. I'm not going to move. So I went into very deep stillness. For about the first 2 hours, my mind was just talking. 2 hours. I sat so still, I lost feelings in my legs. I lost feelings in my arms. I was just sitting there, absolutely disassociated with my body and just breathing very calmly. So at least I was enacting what peace should feel like. Inside still, I had this uneasiness. Mine was still talking. And I was listening to the spiritual teacher. And he said, if you ever wanted to go into deep meditation, all you need to do is repeat to yourself in your mind, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not even this thought. Now I heard this and I said it and it threw me into a vortex. I was sitting there. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not this thought? And it's almost like it's like in hide and seek, you find the person. So I found the person living inside me. My own thought went into its own inception of how am I not this thought if I'm hearing myself in this thought, and my mind and I kind of whooshed out of my body and I saw myself sitting there. Now, it's not like a movie. I didn't float out. It's not Doctor Strange. But there was an awareness that came out of my mind and it expanded into the room. Suddenly I could hear the birds outside my room. I can hear the AC. I can feel the sensation, the sparkling in my body. In the most beautiful sense, I could see my own mind speaking without being involved with it. It's the most serene experience. After all my long search of what I didn't even know what I was looking for, suddenly I had found it. There was a peace inside of me. And the peace, it didn't just end there. Not only was I in peace, but then joy started filling my stomach. So not only did this pit go away, this little childish joy filled my stomach. I started feeling giggly. I thought I was going insane. I didn't know why at all. I had absolutely no reason to feel joyful, and I felt joyful. And then I started to feel love. I'm like, what is this love? Why am I feeling love? I started tearing up. I'm sitting there absolutely still, feeling all this cosmos going through my body. I sat there for an hour and a half. And when I opened my eyes, the first thought I had was, what the hell was that? Now, I was in quite a dilemma. See, for so long, I was working my way towards feeling all these things I just felt by doing nothing. See, now I'm in a very conflicting situation. The person, my ego, I've been so long, had no idea how to comprehend how I was able to achieve, because it wasn't involved, how I was able to experience all of this without having to get a bigger house, make more money, achieve the next goal, close the next sale. So I was in this confusion era. I got very obsessed with the idea of what happened, so I started to really study and learn. This began, without me noticing, my surrender journey. Over the last 2 years, so over the next about 18 months or so until this moment, I went through a massive transformation. The businesses that I built, I felt no alignment with them anymore. And no matter how much I put into it, how long I've been doing it, how much I thought I needed it, I didn't care. I didn't need it anymore. And so I closed them down one by one. I even tried to build a spiritual business, a sales business, and add spirituality to it because I wanted to kind of find a middle way. See, ego will always try to be convincing. No, we should still make money, but also just make it spiritual. It's perfect. I can stay and God can stay together. It never works like this. So even that, when I opened up, we made $100,000. I closed it in 30 days. I said, I don't want to do this. See, it's a very beautiful, serene place when you reach a place where you don't need anything anymore. You really are untouched. This is real spiritual power. And I said, I have nothing left. For the first time in 10 years, I have no goals. I have no vision. And I was so at peace. Like, shit, I don't have to be anyone, do anything, be anywhere, achieve anything. Now, before you start saying, oh no, this is a teaching about renouncing all desires. No, it's not this at all, actually. I'm going to show you how you will become more than you've ever can imagine and do more and have more when you stop trying to. It's a different way of living. And only if you're ready and you want to, you really try it. So about 4 months ago, after I closed my last business down, I had this thing, I thought, what would happen if I really just surrendered? I mean, I've never tried. I've never trusted deeply enough to do it. I read this book from a very beautiful author. His name is Michael Singer. This man built a multiple $1,000,000 businesses, and his biggest company is worth billions of dollars. And he didn't want to do any of it. Very intriguing story. His book is called The Surrender Experiment. Well, actually, you might know him for Untethered Soul. So, Surrender Experiment is his entire life journey. From him just going within to silence the very voice that lives inside of his mind that was causing all the havoc in his life. And that's all he ever did. That's all he ever wanted. He didn't actually want to do any of it. And somehow doors would keep opening up. Eventually he built all these $1,000,000 businesses, $1,000,000,000 company. And the first thought I had at the end of this, 4 months ago, my ego came and was like, if you build $1,000,000,000 business, surrendering and meditating, that means we should do it for that reason. So I started with this. I said, I wonder what would happen if I did my own surrender experiment. And I started documenting every day of my life. So for the last 130 days now, I think today's the 130th day, I documented every day of my life. Everything that's happened, exactly what I think of it, what I thought about it, what I did, everything. And the most magical thing happened. In the beginning, I started off just by doing it because I thought this is a good challenge. Somehow along the way, my ego started to dissolve. It became much more than that. And here's what I've realized. There are really two paths in this life. The first path that we're all born into and trained into is the path of chasing what you want. This is the path of ego. I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. That's what life is about. And so even ego made its way into religions too. People are praying for things. See, prayer is not about getting things. The other path is a path of not chasing what you want so you can see what wants you. It's a very interesting one. This is a path of fate. Now, faith is not like destiny. Faith is like our soul's DNA. There's a contract. It's like you made with the Creator. It's like, I want to do this. This is what I'm meant for. He goes, all right, make sure you remember when you go in. And then you get born into a world where everyone's telling you not how to know who you are, but to make you something you're not. So you forget. So the second path, this surrender path, this one is the one where you make space to see what you're meant for. This is an unfolding. This is the path where you realize who you really are. It's the path where you know peace. This is the path where you do far more than you could ever imagine. In fact, this is the path that the ego on the other side has been trying to get to, but can't take you there. So even no matter how much you work, something in you is always drawn towards things. That part of you is trying to wake up. But temptations and cravings and false certainty and pressure and judgment and criticism, all these things, they deviate us from listening to our heart, to what we know. So I took the second path, and I'm telling you now, I'm on the other side. I like to say it this way so people don't get so afraid. Oh, well, Armin, if I surrender, what happens to my bills? And I say, see, these are such menial, minor things. You go, no, it's my whole life right now. I go, I know. So imagine how much more life your life would be if all of your life wasn't about such a minor thing. So I'm not sitting here. I didn't sit on a rock since I was a young boy. I didn't disassociate myself from the world to tell you this. I was the person who walked the path. I did all of it. I achieved all of it that I wanted, at least. Yes, you could have said, oh, if you got to 100 million, then you would have really knew. The piece is there. I would have said, let me know when you get there, because I still haven't met them. See, I still sit down with people that make a lot more money than I ever did. And guess what we talk about? I had a dinner with a man who owns the largest marketing firm in the world. Not self-proclaimed. He has 1,000 franchises. For confidentiality, I won't share, but I only know him because of a friend I have that I'm helping him in his life, and they're a part of an organization called YPO. You have to have a minimum of $20 million a year revenue just to be a part of it, to be pledged in. So this man, I got a dinner with him, We were supposed to meet for 1 hour. We sat for 3.5 hours. He's in his 50s or 60s. Experienced man. Very, very kind, very beautiful man. And I'm sitting there, and we sat there for 3.5 hours. For 95% of the time, we talked about peace, family, love, meaning of life. 5% of the time, we talked about maybe some of the business stuff. And at the end of it, he told me, he's like, I'm writing a book. I said, what's the book called? He goes, it's called Joy is on the Mountainside. I said, what does that mean? He goes, see, when you get to the top of the mountain, the nature of the altitude up there is that you can't actually breathe up there for too long. So most people, they don't know this, but the top was not designed for you to stay there. It's very deep. Very, very deep. Now we can learn from someone who's made hundreds of millions of dollars, and we can listen to him. Same realization that you can have without any money. He goes, but all the joy comes on the mountainside as you're coming back down. All those villages and the cities, everything is on the side of the mountain. That's beautiful, man. So something 30 years down the road he learned from me. I'm very happy I learned it now. So the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can start living this life the way it was intended for you. Not just getting to the end of it to realize something's off.